Well, I went and broke my arm. I'm learning how to deal with that right now. I've never had a broken arm before, or any broken bones, really, for that matter. Minus a broken knuckle one time when I was angry. But yeah, I'm a painter. I've been a painter my whole life. I paint interior homes. So now I got to figure out a new career. So I probably won't be good to paint, you know, any above my head ceilings and stuff like that for a while. I learned some lessons from my fall. I sure did. So for starters, I didn't put a helmet on, and I didn't put gloves on, and I know better. I do. I know better. But I did it anyways. The whole time I was, ignoring my intuition, just kind of thinking, we'll pull over here shortly, and I'll put my gloves on. My gloves were right there in my backpack too. But we coming through an intersection and found some loose gravel, and we were cooking. Got the wobbles, pedal scraped twice, and I've been in that position before, and each time I've learned to just hold on and ride through it because it usually straightens itself out. Well, it didn't. It didn't straighten itself out this time. It kicked out, and I found myself coming down. I'm thinking, okay, well, I got these hands, I got this face exposed. So, um, so what I did is I popped off my left palm, and then I offered my right forearm to the wood chipper, and I rode it out on that right arm. But like I felt like my body was trying to do a scorpion over that arm. So I think it was, at first I just thought it was hyperextended or possibly out of place, like my shoulder was out of place. Oh, it was so tragic, so tragic. Right there in an intersection, scraping all your stuff up off the ground. Put my arms up on a signpost, and tried to stretch out, and just excruciating pain. I was able to get a bottle of water out of my bag, and I sat there for a while. The adrenaline came down, and it made me nauseous, made me want to throw up. Um, I had to proceed to pack up, get my book bag back on, and travel back to the car. Did have one riding buddy with me that iced me down, got me some ibuprofen, and sent me on my way. So that was a horrible experience. And what makes it so bad is that I knew better. I absolutely knew better. Shit ain't easy, and it's the second time on that damn InMotion wheel with the knobby tire. That knobby tire is gonna be the death of me, because I'm never out there on the trails with it. First, I bruised my hip real bad last month, sliding out in a parking garage. Now I get the death wobbles in a corner. Let's just put it in the past, Um, knocked me down a little bit. Ride within your means. It's easy to get out there as a new person and try to keep up with people, especially if, it might not even be your skill ability. It might be your wheel. The parameters of your wheel are not going to keep up with the wheel in front of you. And that's not the goal. The goal is to ride safely. And also, uh, it's easy to ride a bigger wheel and then to go and ride a smaller wheel, and then all of a sudden you're overpowering that smaller wheel because you've gotten used to a bigger parameter. So you got to constantly remind yourself what wheel you're on and also what tire you're on. You know, that matters a lot depending on what kind of riding you're going to be doing. As far as my race goes, yes, my race has been broken down for 9, 10 weeks now. I come home one day from riding it and I go to plug it in and it pops and it won't take a charge. And so, I try to inform the Begode, come to the conclusion that, well, it's the motherboard. A motherboard's like a $400 part, maybe more, and they have to send me a new motherboard. And by the way, this is after I bought a new charger just to make sure it wasn't the charger. I wait probably 6 to 7 weeks for a motherboard to show up. I put it in the other day, everything went together fine. I got all the pins in place where they're supposed to be, bolt it all down, plug it in, and I go to put it on the charger and the same thing happens again. While I was waiting for the motherboard to show up, because this was such a long time, I got so impatient I ended up ordering another race because I thoroughly enjoyed riding my race. I was used to it. I didn't want to get used to another wheel. I found a wheel that fits me right. The weight distribution, everything is proper for me, and it's in the right place and it's the right height. Everything about the race I like, except that it has these consistent ongoing problems. Well, I figure I'll order a brand new race and maybe that'll show up quicker because that's only coming from California. Maybe that'll show up quicker than the motherboard coming from China. My new race shows up the Monday after the Saturday that I break my shoulder. My humerus bone, my upper humerus bone. So, yeah. So my race shows up 2 days after I break my shit. And then the motherboard shows up the next day, Tuesday. So I have my brand new race. I have a brand new motherboard. I think it was Thursday I go to put that motherboard in, well, I didn't go that whole week. I didn't go to the hospital. I'm a little stubborn. My wife, I was like, look, if I can't move by next Saturday, we'll go. So that's what ended up happening. I am recording this the Sunday after. So I'm recording this 8 days after breaking my shoulder. Okay. So just last Monday and last Tuesday, my motherboard, my race show up. I put my new motherboard in Thursday. No go. So now I have a race that I've invested about $2,400 into, and it's just a paperweight. Really, right now it's an extra tire. Maybe if I look at the bright side, it's an extra motor, it's extra battery packs, it's an extra shell, but it's void of any life. It won't turn on. I think the batteries have depleted. They're below the 80 volt mark. I'm not sure where they're supposed to be, but last time that the wheel turned on, which was probably last Monday, the Begode app told me that it was dangerously low voltage. So the batteries, while waiting for the new motherboard, did drift, and I'm not sure that wheel will ever turn on again. So it's kind of where I am with that wheel. But I do have this new race, and I believe this weekend coming up is Chicago Groundings, so we will be out in Chicago and I will be breaking in my new race. So that is the plan. A lot of money in this sport. A lot of money, it feels like, gets flushed down the toilet, and that that could be just my experience. It's probably not everyone's experience. It might be everyone's experience. But yeah, this sport is not for everyone. And I am arguing that it is a sport, because some people would argue, oh, it's not a sport, you guys are just playing on your toys. Yeah, it's real. It's racing. We have Tep1 racing. We have off-road racing. We have all different kinds of, you know, jousting and different games we play. Not that I've done any of this stuff, but I've seen all the videos, and there's a lot to this, and I definitely think that it has the potential to be an extreme sport. I prefer tarmac myself, and I think these things are just awesome for the racetrack. So with that, I'm gonna probably quit chatting. I think I've told you my whole life story, or at least what's happened in the past 3 months. So that's why I haven't made a whole lot of videos. Just been waiting for my race to get fixed, and spending all this downtime from falling on a inferior wheel, one without suspension, and doesn't go as fast. I haven't cut it out or nothing, but gosh dang it! Like I said, if that knobby, if I don't get off that knobby, it will be the death of me. So, get back to my racing slick. Get back out there and start carving again with a sling around my arm. So, me and Slingy are gonna be like best friends. So with that, got some Devil Wears Prada for you to ride out the rest of the video. Enjoy.